Oh, sorry. I don't know. Has your problem been solved?
I think I'll check after the lesson because I didn't check again.
Okay. Could you be reading through? You tell me if you want to scroll, I scroll for you. Be reading as you wait for the other. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Hello, Kristen. Kristen? Okay. Kristen, are you okay? Kristen?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Okay. Did you go through the work?
Yes, a little. Yes.
Peter, Emma,
Yes, please.
are you still going through or
I can't see anything.
can you see now?
No.
Why? You can't see my screen.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say? Don't know what's wrong with me. Can you now?
I can.
Okay. Okay, could you read for us first, then as we go on?
Pardon?
Could you read and we go on?
Like personally or for everyone?
Read for us all.
Speech writing is an art of conveying a message to your audience, either through oral communication or through other means such as PowerPoint slides, Speech writing has the same function as normal writing. The reasons for writing are to inform, to explain, or to persuade. Public speaking is the art of making public talks at gatherings or particular functions and occasions, like farewell parties, weddings, graduation parties, birthday parties, etc. The language used in a speech depends on the occasion of the audience. There are three general purposes that all speeches fall into: to inform, to persuade, and to entertain. Types of speech. Could you please slide the page down? There are four primary types of speech delivery: manuscript, memorized, impromptu, and yeah, that's where it stops.
Okay.
Principles.
First pause there. Okay. Christian, could you explain to us these three types of speeches? Christian. Yes, could you go on, please? Could you explain these three types of speeches? Oh, I don't know. What happened to your mics? Peter, could you explain?
I'm not sure of that. Okay. Manuscript is whereby when you're actually reading off a paper, like the speech is on a paper and you're reading out to everyone. Then memorized probably is you wrote down your speech, took time to memorize it, and you can say it off head. Then the impromptu, I'm not sure.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that, Christian. Okay. Yes, manuscript is written. Emma, that is correct what you said. Manuscript is written. Memorized is when you write, you read, then you go on the podium without having anything on your hand, or you're not reading from anywhere, so you're just getting it from your head. Christian, could you attempt to tell us what an impromptu speech is? Yes, that is correct. I'm not sure. Okay, so an impromptu is when, like, let's assume you have gone to a function, you're comfortably seated, you have your program and you're listening, and so maybe at the end they say, now Peter, Emma, could you give us a vote of thanks or closing remarks? Yeah, or at the beginning you have just entered the meeting, it is just starting, and they tell you, could you give a welcoming speech? So an impromptu is when you are told, you are abruptly told to present a speech. You are, this is the speech that is presented without prior organization, prior thought, or prior arrangement. Yeah, it is made up. Yes, improvised, correct. So you are just there. Impromptu is abrupt. So you are just there and someone tells you, could you give us a word? Most times a prayer is an impromptu speech. And opening remarks, welcoming remarks, closing remarks, a vote of thanks. Those are impromptu speeches. So at the beginning, they they tell you that these speeches have three main functions that they perform. And when you are giving your speech, you should know what is your target. Your target, is it to perform, or rather to inform the audience? That's one. Two, is it to educate them? That's two. Three, is it to entertain? Yeah. So those are the three main functions of the speech. So an entertaining speech is uses different vocabulary, uses different words from a persuasive speech and from an informative speech or an educative speech. So those three use different vocabularies. Yeah. So for example, when you go to a burial and you're called, unfortunately, you're called to speak on behalf of, you are the father, maybe of the deceased, or you are the mother, and so you are giving your speech. So that speech is different. And when you are, let's say, Christian, you are standing to be the head girl. So when you stand to be the head girl, the speech you give is different. And when Peter goes to a graduation party for Simon, the speech he gives as a friend to Simon is completely different. And so is the wedding and all the other functions. Let's say you have organized a village meeting to talk about the health, sanitation and hygiene of your village. So this as a village, rather a sub-county health assistant, the speech you give is different from the speech you give at a wedding. So that is different. The difference in speeches, the vocabulary or the wordings or the words that have chosen are dependent on the function that you are speaking on. Is that clear, members? Okay, we have been joined by Hope. Hope, you are welcome. Hope, how are you? Okay. So we are talking about these speeches, the different types of speeches, the different functions, and different vocabularies used in different speeches. So as we go on, these are the principles of speeches. I don't know, Hope, is your mic okay? Hope? Yes, could you speak? Could you read on my screen, please? Excuse me. Hope? Hello? Your laptop does have or doesn't have? I don't know.
It's okay, so I can read now.
Okay, thank you.
So what part would you like me to read?
Principles?
Principles, okay. Principles of speech writing. Relate the topic to the audience, question the audience, state the importance of your topic, begin with a quotation, startle your audience, tell a story, arouse the curiosity of the audience.
Okay, thank you. So these, those are the main principles of a speech. I don't know, Kristen, did you realize these principles in the speech that you watched? Hope, did you watch the speech I sent in the group?
Yes, the I have a dream speech.
Yes.
Oh yes, I watched it and I noticed that Martin Luther King related the topic to the audience. He questioned the audience, and then there's that famous quotation, "I have a dream," and then he told a story and aroused the curiosity. Yes, he did a lot of there was a lot of these principles in his speech.
Okay, thank you very much. Peter, did you watch the speech?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
What happened?
My mom was leaving and the video was sent in the group and it's on her phone, so I didn't get the opportunity.
Oh, do you use when she's not around? Do you use email or?
Pardon?
What do you use when she's not on? Do you use, are you on a computer now?
Yeah, I'm using a laptop.
So do you access email?
Yes?
Do you use email?
Gmail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you would have told me to send that video to you on email. So
okay, let me send you my email.
I've sent you mine. Have you seen it? Okay, Kristen, you watched the video. What caught your attention? What is the most memorable thing you remember in that speech? I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King Jr. Can you speak now?
Yes, I can. She's woken up.
Okay, please.
Yeah. The most memorable part for me is the part where Martin Luther King discusses how he hopes that in the future his children and grandchildren shall be judged by their talents and skills and not by the color of their skin.
Okay. Why did it capture your attention?
Because that dream hasn't come true yet. Even now in modern day, people all over the world still judge others by the color of their skin, whether you're black, yellow, red. It's only when you become successful that people start to notice your talents and skills.
Okay. Can you hear the video? Are you able to hear?
No.
Let me play it, then you tell me. Are you able to hear now?
No.
Are you?
No.
No.
No, can't hear anything.
Let me try it again and see. How about now? Are you able to hear?
Yes. Yes, we can hear.
Okay. Now it is starting to rain and the lesson is getting better. And my network is getting off.
Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. One day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when they happen, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the speech by Martin Luther King today. Christian, thank you for appreciating. So those are the speeches. So when he was speaking, he sent a message in the chat, requested you to mark the repetition. To realize whenever you hope you can't hear me. Okay. Sorry. So